it just came on late at night, and of course, sadly, I couldn't watch all of it because I had school the next morning. So, but I was interested in seeing the rest of the film.
Oh wow, yeah, I definitely grew up on the Sean Connerys. Like my dad was very very big fan of James Bond just in general. I think the first one I saw was For Your Eyes Only, the one where they're in Japan. I think that was the first one I had saw, and I
That
was
was
just like,
no, You Only Live Twice, wasn't it?
oh, that one. You Only Live. That's where we go. Yeah, You Only Live
Yeah.
Twice. There you go. Yes, when he's in Japan, Sean Connery.
Hello, Gavin. Yeah, Gavin is a newcomer here, and he's hoping that I hope you like the show, man. Even if I fuck up, at least my guest will make me look a bit better.
I'll try, man.
Yeah, so yeah, and yeah, I mean, I didn't find out till later that Timothy Dalton was kind of seen as a weaker Bond because of how fucking serious he was. But I think that's why I liked Timothy Dalton.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look back at like Roger Moore too, like Roger Moore was good. I mean, Live and Let Die is a fantastic James Bond film, like in general, right? But like everything after that, it was, he had that like campy, comedic, suave Bond feel, and I feel like Sean Connery really, he really had the best of both worlds where he was funny at times, but he was so serious. And I think with Roger Moore, we kind of lost that serious tone, like.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Roger Moore more's a charmer than an actual assassin,
Yeah,
but he did
exactly.
do pretty
Yeah.
well in Few Eyes Only a little bit, though, so I can't really. I do give him
Yeah.
some credit.
Yeah, that's
Timothy
one where they're on the
Dalton,
that's one where they're on the blimp, right? I think that's the blimp one. Or no, that's A View to a Kill. Which
yeah,
one is For
Crystal,
Your Eyes Only? That's
yeah,
where they have like
that's one with the
some
Greek girl in it. What's her name? Caroline Bouquet. Beautiful woman,
ah.
beautiful woman.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, oh, she's all of them have beautiful women, but I'm just trying to remember. I can't because I remember Octopussy's the octopus and the carnival, Moonlight For Your Eyes Only. I remember it's like something about like it's like some secret note or something, or I feel like that's like because I know they say the line like, "Oh, this is for your eyes only, Bond," or something like that. But
Yeah,
I'd have to
and yeah,
rewatch
and
it.
plus obviously Roger Moore doing the cut more light-hearted James Bond, that was his thing. But Timothy Dalton, I think we're living daylights. The script was probably originally tailored to Roger Moore, and License to Kill suits his take on Bond a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and that's funny that you say that because like I said, I love The Living Daylights and the Austin Martin used in that movie, right? The V8. It's one of my favorite Bond cars, but it has the most ridiculous gadgets. Like it has like skis that come out. Like, come on,
Yeah,
really? Like it's the most ridiculous thing. But the car itself visually is beautiful. Like it's fantastic. But it does feel like, yeah, if Roger Moore was in the movie, it's no different than The Spy Who Loved Me with the Lotus, like it's driving underwater. Like this one's skiing on like ice, like all right, and with traction wheels, like all right, I guess.
I know. But I think that's what I like about the Daltons a bit better than the Daniel Craigs because they are still fun, even though they're a bit more grittier.
Yeah, I feel like Daniel Craig kind of lost me after. Well, I mean, I liked Casino Royale, I guess.
I was great. I love Spectre, and first
Yeah,
Daniel Craig's. I was digging Daniel Craig as Bond until Spectre. That's when it started to realize maybe the haters have a fucking point.
mm, yeah, yeah. Because Skyfall was good, yeah, and then No Time to Die sucked, of course. I mean, but that's my unpopular opinion. But yeah. I mean, I don't even know who I want to who I want to play Bond now because it's like when you look back at just everything from the beginning on, it's like. Do we really have that in us to make movies like this anymore with a leading I mean, I guess we have Reacher, that's pretty close to it, but it's like
I
I
know
don't know if
that
we can
makes me.
really do movies like this anymore.
Yeah, that does make me wonder. I think that actually makes me realize there is still a market for this kind of thing. In fact, it's
Oh hell yeah.
more desperate than ever for characters like these. And yeah, we can't have Bond being super sensitive. We need him to be. We do. I don't mind him being emotional a little bit, but he's still kind of got to be this guy who keeps it contained, because he's got a job to do. He can't afford to look weak.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? How you say that? I was doing like researching on like when Dalton was chosen, but apparently they had Sam Neill that they wanted to be James Bond, right,
Yeah,
from Jurassic Park and stuff. Now
I kind of
he
see it a
feel,
little bit.
I see it, but he feels like how you're saying, like he would be like he's not a strong Bond, right? He's like a small Bond. Like not that he's not Bond, but like his
Yeah,
persona, Sam Neill specifically, like I feel like that would be like a Bond of today.
yeah.
Like he wouldn't have the gravitas, but he also wouldn't necessarily be a charmer because he's more of like a scientist.
Yeah, I can sort of see him a little bit because he's a good actor, and I think he has got a certain charm in the way he plays his role. But
Yeah,
I'm a little bit glad he didn't get James Bond, and plus,
right. It's
even
like it's
Josh
just a
Brolin's dad
weird.
almost got the role. James
Who's?
Brolin almost was like auditioned for it as well, and he was like American. That would have been a
Mm,
weird one.
that would have been weird. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like now they would. What if they made James Bond now? Like if they didn't make him British, it would just be. It's not James Bond. I'll just say that. But then I don't really care about race and stuff, and obviously it can't be a woman. But it's like who would who is going to play the character for men?
I know,
like you're
'cause
saying, not for modern audiences. Like who's going to play James Bond for Bond and for the people that like Bond? It's
yeah,
kind of
it's
interesting.
because it kind of represents a very forgotten time in England now. Back when we had and it was just around the time where our empire was gone after that. The British Empire was just gone now. It was America that was ruling the world.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll before we get onto the film, we're going to show a little snippet of Timothy Dalton when he was picked for James Bond, and this just made me respect the guy more because this is brilliant. So
Nice. How's my audio sounding? Is it sounding okay?
It's going back and forth, but when it comes in, it's good.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, here we go.
The first question you ask a producer is, what do you want of me? Do you want me to carry on in the vein that's been set? Or do you want to set off on a new course? The safe, the easy answer is to say, stick with it as it is. In which case, I guess I'd have said no. Roger was brilliant at what he did, but I couldn't simply copy what he'd done. The movies have become somewhat pastiche. Before you go too long, you've become a parody of yourself. You've lost depth, you've lost texture, you've lost contradictions. You start to get shallow. What makes these movies work? What is it that got them going? You've got to go back to the beginning. Here was a hero who murdered in cold blood. Bam, 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 bam. The dirtiest, toughest, meanest, nastiest, brutalist hero we'd ever seen. This is what started those movies.
Shocking.
I wanted to bring people back to believing in this character, to bring my reality to it. I guess I've always liked a challenge.
I'm enthusiastic about it. I'm 80 years old, and I'm still enthusiastic about making Bond.
He was very excited about starting up again. A real sense of nostalgia, going back to the beginning when it was all fun and full of promise.
Slate one, take one.
License to Kill, the 16th 007 adventure, is not the usual Bond dose of escapism. Instead, a tale of the nasty times we live in.
Timothy wanted to get the job done. He was a man on a mission. It was the most violent Bond picture to date, pushing the envelope all over the place.
This is terrible. I can't bring my 6- and 7-year-olds to see Bond anymore. Well, it was never made for 6- and 7-year-olds.
And I meant for warm-blooded, heterosexual adults. They're not meant for schoolboys.
The further out on a limb you go, the more exciting it is.
He was tightly wound. There's no joke.
Man, that is so good. That was awesome.
I love that interview. Every time I watch it, I just think, God, he has so much passion. He really wants to get this fucking thing right. He did not care. He didn't care if the audiences hated it. Not he really believed in the character.
Yeah, I mean, and like he said, he didn't want to do what Roger Moore did. He didn't want to piggyback off of what someone else did. I mean, it was he was the perfect Bond for the time that Bond was made. I mean, it's like, but I mean, I know more other movies that came out in that time in the late 80s, 89 or whatever, and it's like, I think people should have just gave him a bit more of a chance. He was so passionate, you know.
I know, but it's all the financial problems though that suffered after the License to Kill, because I don't think it did as well as it could have done, as it was supposed to anyway. And yeah, they had like a big legal battle, and even though he was contracted to do more Bonds, he decided to say no, because by the time it got round to 2003, that would have been his last, and he would have been way too old for the part. So yeah, they got Pierce Brosnan in the end.
Yeah, I had saw that he was like too young or something. Yeah. Dang. I mean, to be fair, like, I mean, even if they would have got a younger Pierce Brosnan, I mean, it wouldn't have been that, it wouldn't have been that bad. I mean, he could have still been good. I mean, I guess we would have had more. I don't think those movies would have worked with him though. Obviously because of the grittiness, he would have brought a lot more charm.
Yeah, I mean, Timothy Dalton was actually, I think he was approached in the 60s when he was still in his 20s, but he thought, no, I'm too young for the role. James Bond should be in his mid-30s to early 40s. And yeah, I agree with him.
I mean,
give him a little bit of experience.
Yeah, and to be fair, he looks great. I mean, he really does look like an awesome Bond. I love the shaggy hair and like the, when he has the suit on, I had watching some videos how people would say that he didn't feel comfortable in like the tux and everything. But I will agree with that because I don't like how they combed his hair back and they make him look.
Yeah, that was a bit weird, that one.
Yeah, it's just kind of odd. And then but every other scene, he looks great. Like he's just like this shaggy, like gruff agent. And it's like, but when he's got a suit on, it's like, is he trying too hard?
Yeah, I think that's why Pierce Brosnan probably was a bit better in my opinion, because he convinced as a ladies' man and a killer, and he looks good in the fucking suit and the tux.
Yeah.
So. But we'll try and get on with the movie now, because see if we get these slides. See if the slides are going to fuck up. But yeah, and so yeah, we start off with the lovely lion from the Metro Golden Mayer logo.